So, I haven't made a video on this channel in literally years, but I want to start documenting this really amazing, awesome thing that's happening to our family. And the more I think about coming back on this channel and making videos again and editing them and doing all of that stuff, the more the time passes and I don't do it. So here I am, vlog style, and I'll probably do a lot more vlog style videos on this channel because I want to document this amazing move that our family is making. So we currently live in New Jersey, and we are moving in September 1st, to Puerto Rico, Isabela, Puerto Rico. And I'm very excited for a lot of reasons. Little backstory, I am Puerto Rican, but I had never been there. I'm Puerto Rican because my mother and my father were both born and raised in Puerto Rico, and they came here before I was born. My whole family is here pretty much. But in 2012, I told my husband, I can't take it anymore. I need to go to Puerto Rico. Like, this is ridiculous. And I don't want to just take a cruise and go to San Juan and get back on the cruise. I don't even want to go to San Juan. Like, I don't want to stay at a resort. I want to go to like the dinkiest little hotel possible and rent a car and travel the island. I want to go to where people are playing dominos on the street. Like, that's where I want to go. I want to experience Puerto Rico. And my husband did that. Like, the first year we went, we traveled the entire length of the island and saw so much. And we kept going back for my birthday every single year, just him and I. And I told him specifically, I love it here. I love visiting. I love coming on vacation, but I would never want to live here. Like, I don't know how people can come from the main island to come live here because it's just a very different change of pace. It's a different environment. It's a Caribbean island. You know, it's not New York, New Jersey, what I'm used to. I was born and raised in Long Island, so that's what I'm used to. I've never lived anywhere else in the whole country. I've always lived in the Northeast. So this year, it all started when I told my children to make vision boards and make plans and goals for 2017. And they did, and they all decided, number one, they didn't want to live in this house anymore. They decided that they want a new house. And they all went online and they found a picture. They all agreed. They went through several houses online and they found this one house and they all agreed, this is where we want. This is what we want our house to look like. We want a house like this. So I contacted the architects that built that house. It's actually in California. And we had a few conversations over email. That conversation pretty much fizzled out because I don't have 3.5 acres of land ready to start building on here in New Jersey. I don't even have money for 3.5 acres of land to build on. But I figured, hey, it doesn't take money to have a conversation. So I called the architects and we were talking and they were like, awesome, yes, we work all over the world. When you find land, contact us. So that was that. So then they also had on the vision board that they wanted to go with us to Puerto Rico this year because every year they stay at grandma's or somebody comes here to watch them. My husband and I go to Puerto Rico without them. So this year they were like, we're going with you. You're not leaving us behind this time. So I was so excited to bring my 3 children to Puerto Rico this year. And we went in May, a little bit later than my birthday because I opened a school in town and I was directing the school and I couldn't leave. So we left later on and it was wonderful. But long story short, I actually did write a blog about how we came about the decision of moving to Puerto Rico, and I'll put the link to that below. But long story short, for this video's sake, when we were there, I remember sitting on the beach in, what's the name of that beach? Not Playa Sucia. It's not in Cabo Rojo. It's in Aguadilla. It's called Crash Boat. Hello. So we were sitting on the beach in Crash Boat, and I was on the beach, and my husband and 3 children were all roughhousing and playing in the water, and it just hit me like this deep, it was deep, like this deep desire to live there. It's like we belong here. I just all of a sudden had this knowing deep from the pit of my stomach that we belong there. And it wasn't just like, oh, I'm on vacation and I'm just enjoying this vacation feeling. it was deep. Because like I said, I had been there for 6 years, every year straight, and never thought I would ever want to live there until I went with my family and we were all there together. And it was like, it overwhelmed me. And on the plane ride on the way home, I just thought that was a silly thought. Like, I thought that I was just getting like, overwhelmed and taken over by the fact that we were on vacation all together, and those were just silly Caribbean beach vacation thoughts, and I need to come back to reality. But as soon as I got off the plane, it was like I knew I didn't belong here anymore. Like, I just knew it, and my husband knew it too. It was so odd. And the funny thing is that he says, and you're not going to read this in the blog, this is YouTube exclusive. He says that when he first got to Puerto Rico, he heard from the Holy Spirit, listen to your wife. Like, listen to your wife. And he's like, yeah, sure. So if she wants to go to the beach, we'll go. If she wants to eat this, we'll eat that. If she wants, whatever she wants to do, I'll do it. Yeah, of course I'll listen. But he was already preparing him. The Lord was already preparing him for this deep revelation in my stomach. But it was a decision that we both made. Ultimately, and even afterwards, when I was trying to get too realistic and too practical and try to kind of back away, like, maybe we should like not do this, he was like already like, no, we're going. And all these political things came out, and Puerto Rico has been in the news this year more than I've ever seen it before. Maybe it's one of those reticular activating system things where once you're paying attention to something, you're more aware of it. But I feel like Puerto Rico's been in the news and people are talking about Puerto Rico more than ever before. And it's a very hostile time. It's a very economically difficult time for the island. It's a very politically difficult time for the island. And people are leaving there in droves. They're leaving. And they've had a mass exodus of like 3 million people over the past decade, but more so recently in the past few years. And even by like 2020, which is right around the corner. Can you believe that? By 2020, Miami is going to have a larger Puerto Rican population than Cuban population. And Florida is going to have a larger Puerto Rican population than New York. A lot of that is because New Yorkers are retiring and moving to Florida. But a lot of that, the majority of that is also because Puerto Ricans are leaving the island and moving into the United States. Moving into the main island. Now, in case you don't know, I don't know what people know, Puerto Ricans are American citizens. Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States. So moving to Puerto Rico or moving from Puerto Rico is just like moving from one state to another state. However, because it is a territory of the United States and not a state, Puerto Ricans don't have certain rights on the main island. And I'm not going to go into that because that's not the point of this. You can look it up if you want to. But the point of this is to say that our family is moving to Puerto Rico. My husband, in the past month or so, has started a bunch of new amazing, awesome businesses. Plus, the job that he has, they're going to transfer him and keep him on. Plus, he has like all these other business offers on the table right now. So we're literally going with our own economy. We're not going there to try to get jobs or to try to, build up our economy based on their broken economy. We're going there with our own economy. And I have my own businesses that I will still be able to run from there as well. And my children are homeschooled. So I don't know if you know this, but in May alone, they shut down 150 schools because they couldn't keep them open anymore. They couldn't afford to keep them open. So that leaves thousands upon thousands of children with no place to go to school. The existing schools are going to be overcrowded. That leaves hundreds at least, of teachers that are out of a job. So education-wise, there's a need there. Business-wise, there's a need there. Entrepreneurial-wise, there's a need there. And my husband and I just see how many different ways we can fill those needs in our small little way, because none of us can do everything, but all of us can do something. And so we didn't even see any of this. It started with a serious, strong desire to move to Puerto Rico. And then as the time went on and we saw the favor and we saw all the things that were coming out in the news about Puerto Rico and we started researching and learning more, we realized just how well our family fits there and just how well everything that my husband and I are called to do is for such a time as this in such a place as that. So we're very, very excited. For me, it goes deeper because, of course, my mother and father were born in Puerto Rico and left to come here, like many have, to start a better life. And I'm so grateful that they did. I'm very grateful that I was born and raised in Long Island instead of in Puerto Rico. I'd be a completely different person. I feel that Long Island has given me my upbringing and the things that I've learned, becoming a Christian, and the acquaintances and the connections and the covenant relationships that I've built here in mainland US. I feel like that was so divine. But for me to be able now to go back with all of that and help in any small way an island that is so rich in my heritage is so beautiful to me. I want to go to my father's hometown, and my mother's hometown. I want to meet whatever, which I've been to them, but I mean, I want to really go and sow there. You know, I want to impart there. I want to give there. I want to serve there. And yes, I love the beach. Yes, I'm aware that it's paradise and that it's going to be amazing. I'm also aware of the downsides of living on a Caribbean island compared to here in the US. But the difference is that I have such a heart for Puerto Ricans. I have such a heart for Puerto Rico. And I'm so... We went to Long Island to my niece's birthday party, and my brother lives like really close to the beach. So we went to the beach, Smith Haven Beach, and Sis Point Beach, and we were sitting on the beach, and my children were, you know, wetting their feet and playing in the water, and my husband and I were sitting on the sand, and it was like the sun was going down. And I told him, you know, I love the beach. I've always loved the beach. I've always loved the ocean and the water. But the difference is that in Puerto Rico, it goes beyond that. It's not just like, oh, I'm so excited, I get to live on the water, I get to live on the beach. It's, I get to go and be an answer to prayer. I get to go and help one person, 2 people, 3 people. It doesn't matter how many people. I get to go and help. I get to go and bring a different perspective. I get to go and finish something that someone else may have started, or continue something that someone else may have started. It's like a relay race, you know? And people have been there doing the work, putting the prayer in, putting the serving, and working so hard to keep Puerto Rico afloat and happy and prosperous. And I get to go and take the baton from somebody who's weary and keep running with a new energy and a new enthusiasm. And that's so awesome to me. Looking back over my life, everything that has happened, everything that has caused me to not do this channel for a while, a lot of really serious things went on in our lives in the past couple years that I haven't been able to talk about yet. But everything that has gone on was preparing us for this moment, for such a time as this. And so I want to document this. And this isn't the prettiest video I've ever made. And it's not the prettiest video I'll ever make, because I mean, come on, I'm going to be on the beach. You're going to see some gorgeous stuff. But I wanted to start documenting this, and I wanted to take you along for the journey because this is important to me. And I want to be able to look back and remember every moment of this. So this channel is now back. I don't know how often I'll be posting. I don't know how many videos will be vlogs like this and how many will be more edited pretty videos, but I wanted to bring you along. So if you want to come along with this journey of us moving from New Jersey to Puerto Rico, follow along, subscribe, and comment below and let me know what you think about all of this. And on Instagram, follow me, Yadira Laguerre, hashtag Laguerres in PR, and I'll be documenting everything there as well. So much to talk about, so little time. But thank you for listening. This is episode 1. Don't even know if I'll be keeping track of all of them, but this is episode 1 of Laguerre's and PR. And our new journey, our new chapter is beginning in exactly 5.5 weeks. So, yay! I'll see you guys next time. Bye!